Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video. And today we have the board game Roswell 51, a retro sci-fi B-movie board game brought to you by Shuffling Horror. And of course also brought to you by GameWick Games. Don't play a game, play a movie. Roswell 51 puts you front and center in a retro sci-fi invasion flick. Shuffling horror awaits in this fast-paced cinematic card game. Players fight for their lives as the movie reveals disastrous events, plot twists, and the most terrifying mashup of outer space invaders ever to hit the screen. The time is 1951. The place is Roswell. The problem? We got aliens. Thrills. One player is the director who deals the movie and controls the alien horde. Chills. Eliminated players return to the game as creepy pod people. Terror. Just who will be standing when the film fades to black. Again, shows you all the things that are included in the game. Again, the Roswell 51 movie deck in your table of contents, everything that's included in the game. Okay, and there you have it. So let us, here on the side here, sorry about that, real quick. Again, this game was created in 2017 by GameWick Games, LLC. Not suitable for children under the ages of 3 because of small parts. So it's for ages 14 plus. The time for the game is 75 minutes, and you can play between 3 to 13 players with this game. For more information about this game, you could always go to www.gamewick.com. All right, so this was another used find. I picked this one up for about 15 bucks. So it seemed very interesting. I love games that are centered around aliens, especially aliens from like the 50s, Space Invaders and stuff like that. So I said, why not give it a shot and find out what it's all about. Okay, let's crack this bad boy open. As I always say, let's crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have on the inside. So on the inside, right off the bat, you got a rule book and a bunch of other stuff included inside it. So let's take a look at this real quick. The first thing I'm going to pull out here is it says, from the creator of Shuffling Horror, Pittsburgh, 68, it's too late to run. You will be retrofied. Roswell 51, Earth's Last Stand, Terror from Beyond the Stars. Game created by Larry Wickman. Again, so it's an ad for this game here. All right, that's cool. Let's put that over there for a second. Now, what's cool about this rule book here is the fact that it's made out to be like a newspaper, which is really, really has a cool effect. Makes you want to get into the idea of playing a game from the 60s. So that's cool. So let's see what we got here. Player star survivors in this 1950s sci-fi alien invasion flick. One player takes command as a director and controls the movie's aliens. Like a movie, the action to the game plays out across 4 successive reels or rounds. With each turn of a card, horrible events and menacing aliens are revealed upon the game board's movie screen. As a team of the players try to make it to the end of the film together, each in control of their own survivors. If a player loses these, that player joins the alien forces against the remaining players. Tensions mount quickly as allies transform into aliens. Just who will be standing when the screen fades to black? So it's a game for 3 to 13 players. It's a combination of cards and dice. Surviving or not, the role of the players. Shuffling in style, the role of the director. Cue cards, the experienced director. Eerie occurrences. From Roswell to Pittsburgh, special effects. Movie making tips, key terminology, player versus survivor. Reel by reel, card by card, mystery cards, frame by frame, and point by point. So frame by frame. Survivor takes an item card, survivor eliminates a monster card, director takes a monster card, director triggers a creature feature, special event cards are resolved. It talks about the movie deck, the monsters, the items, the survivors, power plays, the shuffling horrors, the sanctuaries, bonus cards, the plot devices, bonus cards, scream queens, popcorn, the shuffler, How to set up the game board, placing the points, placing tokens, power points, rest points, central pool, sanctuary points, explanation of what points are, the game board itself. Could be a little bigger, but again, it shows you exactly what the board looks like and how the setup is. Placing the cards, endgame cards, survivor cards, movie deck cards, rule cue cards, D6 and 2D6, discard pile, survivor pool, and item notes. How to start the movie, survivor draw, the opening scene, starting monster bonus, real card count 10, 20, 15, 10, opening scene resolution, the player's turn, survivor actions, special take attack, director's turn, the special director actions, fade out, clipping the reel, building monster throng limit, screen monsters, the shuffling horror shuffleboard, throng slots, the survivor pile, the reel track, sanctuary 1 and 2, game components. Again, the setup of the board right here, very clear for you to explain, and explanations of everything, where everything goes. The reel track, it says the reel pile, the movie screen in frames 1 through 3, top corner reels, the discard pile, the reel cans, the point spool, the graveyard, how to end the reel, how to start the next reel, reel end tasks, fade in, collect event cards, end effects, reel tracks, horror stars, survivor loss, advanced play, triggering the end, turning points, last one standing, pod player, monster players, explanation of everybody. Again, the cool 60s vibe artwork throughout the rule book, end game examples. Then we have survivor rolls and attacks, action rolls, the flail test, attack rolls, monster attacks, 2s and 12s, attacking with throngs, damage to survivors, damage roll D6, damage to aliens, damage to sanctuaries, sanctuary play, sanctuary basics, sanctuary actions, how damage is modified, point damage bonus, roll doubles, headshots and fumbles, shad damage 2d6, annihilation double digit damage, special damage notes, throng attack, eliminated aliens, how players are to use points. Hi Rosie. Power points first, rest points. Power points, rest points. No rest, dramatic effect. Come on over. Rest point summary. You're right here, honey. Come on over. Saying hi to everybody. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Hello. We love you. The creature feature, the horror star, the familiar face, shuffling horror extras, Pittsburgh to Roswell, bounce of power, monsters run amok, full assault versus all out attack, negate or flail, random victims, attack cycle, the most rolled number, more eerie occurrences, no need to roll damage, sanctuary headshots and fumbles, backseat surprise, creature feature take 2, headshot, take plus attack, weird fumbling with throngs, alternate rules, director's cut, bigger blobbing, alien technology, monster migration, monster mash 1, take plus attack variation, monster mash 2, take and attack variation, desperate measures, popcorn with extra butter, large cast rules, real 1, familiar face, grim toll, monsters among us. And again, written and directed by Larry Rickman and all the people who helped them out. Again, for more information about this game, go to gamewick.com. And again, so there's your rulebook. Your rulebook is quite comprehensive. It's 21 pages, chock full of information. You have to read that thoroughly to really get a feel for the game itself. The board is fantastic. Love the way it's set up. You got the Sanctuary, you got the Roswell. I'm going to open up carefully because this is a multi-stepped board opening. So you have Roswell 51, Innsmouth 32, a game of shuffling horror, Pittsburgh 68 and Baltimore 94. Sanctuary 2. I'm going to close that up real quick, and I'm going to show you the other side of the board, the top of the board, because I don't want to break it. So you have the survivors up top, and the ships, and we open it up a little bit more. You have the reels itself, where the cards go, and your discards. Hi, Rosie. Rosie's being very talkative today, as you guys can tell. So, sorry, my loving cat. She's 20 years old, so sometimes she wants a lot of attention. So that's your game board right there, in total. Again, very retro, very cool. I think it's one of the best components in the game. It is the game board itself. It's really captures the idea of being like at a drive-through movie theater. Which is really cool. So there is your game board. It's oversized, but it's a beautiful board overall. You have also some tokens here. You have a token. This is your first token sheet. You got the reels for the films. You got some spoints. Pop out. Nice thick cardboard. And they go back in just as easy as they come out. You got some sticks. Do some countdowns. Got a game wick one. Again, you got your spoints, your fade out rule, and the backs. Have all the icons. The icons will all be explained to you in the rule book. There you go. A little up closer. So you got your rule book over here. That's your first set of tokens, token sheet. And the next token sheet is pretty straightforward. Of your spoints, it's all the same one of that same character on all of them. You go a whole mess, a lot of them. Again, nice thick cardboard, punch out very cleanly and nicely, and they go back in as easy as they come out. So you get a lot of those. You get D6s, standard D6s. They are square and not rounded. You get one set of black and one set of white. There you go. You get a little bag that comes with them. And last but not least, you get a deck of cards as well. Cards are a little thin. I gotta be honest with you, they're a little thin. So it looks like we have a bunch of different kinds of cards, so let's take a look at them. Okay, so we've got right off the bat, it says here, let's take a look at the front of it. It says Roswell 51. There's the characters on the spoint tokens. There he is right there. It looks like the alien that's coming after us. All right, but you flip it on, and again, all the fronts are the same on all these. Okay, so look at the back. It says popcorn. If this card pops up on a survivor's turn, a number of power points equal to the real number is gained and placed on this player's real can. If on a monster turn, the monster player draws a number of discards equal to the real number, any monster cards drawn are placed as desired. So that's a single play. Popcorn, Scream Queen, 6 Swarming Riders, 5 Marching Centrites, 4 Mutant Horrors, 3 Strange Neighbors, 2 Creepy Pods, Outer Space Terrors. Again, when you look at these, the artwork really captures the vibe of a 60s horror film. Really nice, really well done. 5 marking sentries, 5 mutant horrors. Saw those. 6 swarming riders again, 5 marching sentries. Okay, we've seen all these. Okay, so 2 creepy pods. Then you have the alien warlord himself, or itself, immune to headshots in reels 1 through 3. Again, the numbers on the bottom, all this is explained to you in the rule book. Plot device. Okay, so some plot device cards. All right, so wait a minute. We missed one thing here earlier. I read the popcorn. You had all those cards, which I showed you already, so we'll put those cards over there. So let's take a look at this real quick. It says Scream Queen. It says Power Play. It says Single Survivor Bonus. The survivor who takes this card immediately gains a number of rest points equal to the current real number. In addition, the card allows the survivor a single scream to distract a monster, forcing the reroll of its successful attack. Headshots are immune to this effect. End of reel, place in discard pile. Then we have a plot device. They're out there. Everybody keep quiet. Director's choice. Play now or discard. One survivor from each player must succeed a speed or brains test. A failed test alerts the aliens to the group's presence. A full assault is launched. A round of attacks from every throng and alien, including those on the movie screen. Single play, place in graveyard after use. Another plot device. We come in peace. Alien autopsy. Obliteration ray. More power plays. That's like this Scream Queen one. So I'll put that in place with that one. So I'll put this down here. You also get the power play Scream Queen, Flight or Fright, Payback. Then you get the Sanctuary. It says the Lab. 8 points for survivor limit. Remove card from the movie screen and place it in a Sanctuary slot where it remains until destroyed. Entering a full movie action, exiting is a free action. Those within may rest, gain 3 points, or search for items. Draw 4 cards from discard pile. Either commits the survivor to stay within until their next turn. Found items can be taken as a free action by those within. Items can also be stored here. However, if the lab is destroyed, stored items go to the graveyard. If destroyed, move card to graveyard. All right, so you got the lab, the bunker, shuffling horror. You got blobbed, swarmed, probed, spored. You got weapon cards. You got the alien ray gun, the shotgun, flamethrower, alien spear, the sledgehammer, cattle prod, dynamite sticks, the big wrench. Then, of course, you have your villains. You have the robot. Or these might be characters in the game. So let's take a look at that real quick. You got the robot. Starts with 6 points. To serve mankind. Armor. So these are good guys. Guts. 8 strength and 8 brains. No guts, no speed. The scout. They took my parents. Muscle, speed, brains, and guts. You got the coroner. The drifter. The librarian. The lab assistant. The reporter. The cook. The colonel. The scientist, the whack, the rancher. Again, all characters in the game. There you go. So that's that deck, those decks. You also have the turning point. So these, okay, so let's take a look. It says the turning point. Let's flip the card over to the front and back. When monster players equal or exceed survivor players, immediately place this card on top of the reel pile. No more cards are dealt, and the current reel ends when the movie screen is cleared. Deal next reel as normal. Ignore turning point for reel 4. All right, so that's a turning point. The last one, standing. Last one standing. When there is one survivor remaining in play, it immediately becomes that survivor's turn and they take a final action. The game then proceeds clockwise and each monster player takes their final turn. The game ends. Cards that help you to, so you got clue cards, rule clue cards for each of the different people's players that you have. So you have the director's turn. On their turn, the director performs one of the following actions: take an attack, all out attack, cover an attack, special director actions, fade out, clip the reel. Flip that over. Power points, reel count, reel end tasks. So that's your player card for the director. You also have the rule card for the survivors. Points used, power points, points, restless points. The players determine what they can do. They can attack, they can take, they can move, they can rest, and special take plus attack. So that's your rule card for the survivors. You also have one for special effects. Horror Star, Familiar Face, Shad Damage. Then you have the creature feature, and you have the Sanctuary play for special effects. Key moments. Roll high and die. The flail test. Let's see what roll high and die says. Survivor must roll their mark or less. Otherwise, they suffer the consequences, such as damage/card penalties. So these are key moments. The flail test, the end, turning point, last one standing. 2s and 12s, 2 automatic success, attack bonus, 12 automatic failure, attack fumble. Roll doubles for attacks only. 1/1 is a headshot with familiar face, 6/6 is a fumble. These roll doubles yield a damage bonus and annihilation. And these are the other games that are currently available by the people at Games is Pittsburgh 68. Oh, another turning point card, another last one card. Okay, turning point. We read those both, right? And that's the end card. Okay, so we put those down here. Again, another director one, another survivor one, another special effect one, another key moment one. Again, the shuffler tells you your place. And again, that's your shuffling horror, Roswell 51, and another Pittsburgh shuffler card. So it kind of tells you who is what. Oh, there's another popcorn card and another Scream Queen card. There they are. All right. So there you have it. That's everything that is included in the core game of Shuffling Horror Roswell 51, the retro sci-fi B-movie board game brought to you by GameWit Games. Again, as always, thank you so much for joining me for this unboxing video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did presenting it to you today. If you did enjoy it, you can always give us a thumbs up, leave a comment below. We love to hear and read what you're thinking. And of course, you could always hit, if you would like, you could always hit that subscribe button. This way we're kept up to date as to any new releases or any new content that's placed on the page. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well, enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.